Man, we in this thing. We in this thing,
Let's
man.
get it.
Let's get it today, man. I'm excited to be here. Great win
hmm
by the 49ers. Great way to put it on those Arizona Cardinals. And now all we got to do is clean up Seattle this week to make sure we ain't been swept by nobody in our division, which is a great feeling. Even though I did feel like we out of the high level quarterback talk. But there's so many good ones coming out. We can still snag one. But my name is Akeem. This is Blair Coates. This is the 49er Empire podcast. And today we're going to discuss Deebo Samuel's off top. This is one of the ones I really wanted
Nice.
to discuss. And I wanted to discuss Deebo because I don't know if you guys noticed, but our offense without Deebo Samuel looks absolutely different when he is not on the football field.
hmm
We don't really. I mean, I love Brandon Ayuk. Brandon Ayuk is a great possession receiver. Possession receiver. Deebo Samuel is a different type of beast. He's one of those guys who you draft in college just and as an athlete. I don't know what he is. This is what he's going to do. But I'm going to say this: Deebo Samuel to Kyle Shanahan means so much to what we have going on. He creates boundary runs. He creates a certain level of physicality that he brings to our offense. I think Jeff Wilson Jr. brings that also. But I do think that without him, I think that Kyle Shanahan looks a lot different in his play calling, his playability. Brandon Ayuk, again, I don't want to say who's better. I think they both have like equal type of talent in their own way. But talk to me. Tell me how you feel about what our offense looks without Deebo Samuel.
I think that's a phenomenal question. If you look at the game, it's and you nailed it from the beginning. The physicality aspect of our offense, it dwindles slightly when Deebo Samuel is not on the field. The biggest, I think, takeaway that I always see within our offense when Deebo's not playing is it's easy for defenses to dial in on tight end, and this is third down I'm talking, dial in on tight end and dial in on Brandon Ayuk. When you have Deebo Samuel out there, he is deadly on, it's this slant that it's just very hard to stop on third down, and I think because he's so physical, and not only that, there's a threat there for Deebo Samuel that even though it could be a 3rd and 2, if he catches that, he can take it to the house. He has that running ability. Like you said, for Kyle Shanahan, it's just another piece. It's another tool in the toolkit. But when he's not there, I don't see his offense becoming simpler. It's just easier to dial in on it. It becomes kind of foundational. You can dial in, just like I said, on your tight end or your wide receiver 1. But Deebo, he gives you the sweeps. He gives you slants. And I think he can take you over the top. I've seen that last season. He did it against Baltimore. He has all of those capabilities. It's just phenomenal to see his growth going into this next year. And I think what we'll see in the 3rd year, you kind of spoke about this on one of our previous podcasts. He's going to have to learn when to pick his battles. Not everything is going to have to be physical at the end of the run. Some of those you can go out of the bounds. Some of those you can learn to get down. That's going to be a major factor in his progression going into year 3 is his health. But if he's on the field, my goodness, this 49ers offense is deadly.
I think he's probably our best blocking wide receiver. I'm not gonna say probably, he is. And I think that creates extra runs and abilities on the outside for us too. I mean, we're losing that. I think he's just a great football player. I mean, he's a football player. And I think the way that Kyle uses him is very creative. Just for misdirection plays and stuff like that. But I wanted to talk about that because I know his contract is going to be coming up here after next year. And I think we may he's a first round pick, second round, third. Yeah, so he may only sign 3 years. I'm not for sure. 3 years. We may only have him for 3. So we're going to pay Deebo. The thing is, I'm not going to say it's good, but because of his injuries, it's going to lower his cost a little bit. Um, you know,
That's what I was going to say. It's
his snap
bargaining.
count,
They're going to be able to bargain.
his snap count.
He's just not on. He's not out there. He's not out there. And I can imagine John Lynch is going to put that. There's going to be some incentives, right? His health is going to be a major factor within this contract. If he can stay out there for a certain amount of games, I'm certain that he's going to get more money. They're going to throw that in the contract. He's just going to have to figure something out. Some sort of workout regimen, some sort of plan, diet. Hit the weights on the knees. I'm not sure, but he has to stay on the field to really be available for this team.
Yeah, and I think his availability is more important than him getting a third down push, unless it's something, of a major game. But first game of the season, just get on the ground, bro. I mean, you gotta save your body, and I think snap count needs to happen for players like that if they can't control themselves. Snap count, knowing situations, knowing when he's supposed to be in. I think that's very major. I'm hearing Jimmy G will be quarterback next year, which I doubt. But
that's interesting.
Even if they do, they may negotiate with him. So we could talk about that. They may negotiate with him, and then bring him in at a lower salary, still draft a quarterback. What do you think?
Well, yeah, Kyle Shanahan, what he was saying is his contract puts him in the mid-range. He's middle of the pack when you look at how expensive it is for quarterbacks. So money is not an issue. Kyle Shanahan says, and this is coach speak, he says he believes in this guy. He says Jimmy G gives the team the best opportunity to win. And here was a major, major key that they were dishing out earlier. So Trent Williams, right? Use check. Do they really want to commit to a rookie quarterback with so much uncertainty where they're at in their careers? They can easily latch on to a team that probably has a franchise quarterback already. So I think the continuity piece of bringing Jimmy G back, it kind of sews some of that up with Trent Williams and gives him something concrete and tangible to go into with the negotiations. So like you said, there's definitely going to be some sort of shift within the contract, but it's more than likely we're going to see number 10 under the helm with a rookie right under him waiting to take that position.
You've been saying it. You've definitely been saying that you believe he'll be back next year. I think part of me is looking at his numbers, and if we want to sign certain people, we have to bring him back lower. You know what I mean? I think that if we don't sign, if we don't bring him back, we can sign people, and then I think we need to go get a free agent quarterback. And I just think based upon our win now type of team, and we got a win now type of team. Even if we bring Sherm back for a 1-year deal, you know what I mean? Like, you let them know, like, hey, it's win now for us right now. So maybe we can bring you back for 1 year. But I think ultimately, I think he is a key piece onto our success. Either he's going to come back and play well, but I just don't know if he can stay healthy. Just based upon his career, I question his ability to play. I question his ability to get healthy. Another thing is he takes forever to heal. That all. I mean, you can't tell me a high ankle sprain. Oh, it's ligament damage, bruh.
Yeah.
I played this game many years of my life, and known people with high ankle sprains. I've had sprains. I don't know if it's high or not. Back then I don't know what it was called, but yeah, it hurts you, and yes, some issues. But dude, we're football players. We have to play football, and if you really wanted to win for your team, could you play? If we were going to the Super Bowl this weekend, if we had a Super Bowl, do you think Jimmy G would be in the game?
Yes, I do. And I was going to say they're protecting him. And that it kind of even reassures me a little bit more that they believe this guy is their future quarterback. They seen the season dwindling for what it was going to be. It was going to a bottomless pit. There was nothing coming out of it. They looked at where Jimmy G is, and they said, you know what? we can preserve this guy, get him even healthier or as healthy as he can be going into next season. I think that's what they're doing. Because like you said, I mean, Jeff Wilson, he went down early, same type of injury.
Coleman
Raheem
too.
Mostert,
Coleman too.
Coleman, and these are running backs. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
these are running backs that cut and they depend on their ankles. So does every other player. But it's phenomenal that you bring that up. You got 3 running backs had the same injury. They've been back. For me, I'm thinking they're preserving this guy.
Mm. I I know people are tired of people talking about Jimmy G, but I'm not. I think he's the franchise. He is the reason why we're in the position we're in. He didn't play, and now we had to depend on Nick Mullins. Nick Mullins found out really quick he is a third string quarterback. Um, and I just think if he was around, we'd have better opportunity to win football games. And
Yeah.
that
Oh
hurt.
yeah.
That hurt. I mean, we had a broken foot from George Kittle. He came back. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
amazing. It's amazing to me, and I know a lot of people make excuses because they like him, and I like Jimmy, but I like Jimmy who's playing. I like Jimmy who's in the game. I like Jimmy who's throwing passes. I don't like
Yeah.
Jimmy continuously sitting down. Am I on him because he's hurt? No, I'm on him because he's consistently hurt. He was hurt in New
Mm-hmm.
England. He was hurt for us. Then he's hurt again. And
Mm-hmm.
let's just find somebody else that's built different. Maybe his body's not
And,
built for the NFL.
yeah. And he's just not being as productive as the team needs him to be. I think he knows that. And this is good football stuff, right? Going into the next season, now all eyes are going to, if he does
All
return, let's just say all eyes. I'm telling you, this is reminiscent of when Kaepernick, on the tail end of his career, all eyes were just focused on every single play. Fans were waiting, chomping at the bit for this guy to mess up. And I love a comeback story. I think it'd be great, right? It'd be great if he can come back and have his Rocky moment, take the team as far as he can go. But like you said, his history in the NFL shows that he's injury prone.
mm-hmm.
Like this guy, I think he's only had one complete season, and that was when we went to the Super Bowl. I think he's only had one complete season in his entire career, and this is going back to New England.
Mm-hmm.
And
He
so it's interesting.
he is the Grant Hill of
Oh
NFL. And Grant Hill had flashes of greatness, and you were like, man, this guy
yeah,
is great. This guy is just really good, but Jimmy G is on that level, man, and it bothers me. But let me jump to another note. Let me jump to a person that I believe that we need to make sure we sign, and I like so much. It's my guy Jason Verrett.
oh yeah,
Jason Verrett showed you why we kept him on the roster. He also showed everybody that he was way better than Emmanuel Mosley. Uh, and not only that, because they was trying to give the ball to Hop, and Barrett was moving around with him a lot, and he just refused. He had 8 catches for 49 yards.
absolutely. And contrast that to what last time? What do you have? 14 receptions for 151 yards, night and day with who was guarding him.
I
It's
mean,
phenomenal. You got to
just
pay this
prepare
guy.
just prepare to what he did to us before.
Yeah,
I mean, he
gashed us from the get go.
destroyed us, man. So I'm a huge Jason Verrett fan. I think we should at least give him a 3-year deal around that area. I think that's just advice. I don't think he's going to be high value, only because this is his. He's only played this year for us.
Hmm.
He definitely looks good, and he's playing hard. I got to give
Yeah,
it to him. Kello Weatherspoon. I got to give it up, even though I'm not, and I'm not a Spoon fan. But I got to give it to him, man. He's playing great football.
yeah,
Um,
he is.
he's playing. It seemed like inspired. He's
Yeah,
inspired to play hard, And I know you tweeted that we should bring him back one more to camp, and I do believe so. I do think we should try to
Yeah.
give him another opportunity to come in. Tell me what you're thinking about Spoon, man.
Well, first, just like you said about Verrett, I touched on that. I'm telling you, the victory that we witnessed on Saturday, we can say CJ Beathard, we can say the George Kittle effect, but it came down to the numbers: 151 yards first matchup against Arizona compared to 48 yards second matchup. Emmanuel Mosley guarding Hopkins the first time, Jason Verrett the second time. It's just that's why you got to pay these people the big bucks. Corners deserve to be paid. It's just they difference makers, okay, for football games. But when you start to look at Akello, right? Let's look at the frame. He has all the tangibles. He's lengthy, right? He has the size. He's physical, likes to tackle. Tackling has not been an issue with this guy. It's been coverage, getting his head around. I think Richard Sherman, the Emmanuel Mosley, right? Seeing Verrett, like you said, he's inspired. He wants to remain a 49er. His best shot at having a successful career is on the 49ers. It's right now. It's the system that he knows. I want to see him in a training camp. I know in my heart, Richard Sherman's going to be gone. I don't even see him coming back for a one-year deal. I think they're going to move Verrett to the 1, and now the 2 is wide open. They're going to try to be cost-effective. They're going to let a battle ensue between Mosley. They're probably going to draft a guy, and they're going to see what Witherspoon has to offer. Witherspoon, to me, has the edge. He's looked great 2 weeks straight. 2 weeks straight. I was overzealous. Not great. He's looked good. He's looked professional. He can be great if he puts that work in and he builds off what we've seen. I hope that he gets to play against Seattle. I want to see if he's ever matched up with DK Metcalf. That should be an interesting matchup because of his length, of his physicality. And I hope we're not seeing flashes again. A lot of these players, they give you the flashes. 1 week, it's good. Next week, it's off. But he's been consistent. 2 weeks, that's consistent football play. We'll see what he does week 3.
Man, I also want to bring up Trent Williams. I think he is the number one off-season signing that we need, especially if we're talking about bringing Jimmy back or any quarterback for that matter. He's a Pro Bowl left tackle, probably the first or probably the best or the second best left tackle in football. He does everything we need. He knows Kyle Shanahan's system. He's a perfect guy. I think he should be our number one off-season target. We got to get him, and I think we got to bring back him and KB also. What do you think about KB?
So Kendrick Bourne, he always seems to make up for his dropped passes. It's just something that we are going to have to get used to. When I think of Kendrick Bourne, I actually believe that he's pretty consistent despite the drops. When you call his number on third down, he's catching the ball. I also like that he's physical after the catch. I like him in the slot more than anything. I want him to remain right there. Way better than Trent Taylor, way better than Richie James. Mm-hmm. He knows the system already. And I think you can throw incentives at this guy because he's still developing as a wide receiver. He's not going to want top dollar. It's going to be the mid-range price tag for his talents. I would love to bring him back. But like you said, scratch Kendrick Bourne so you can scratch a whole bunch of other players. Priority, right? Prioritize this. Trent Williams, he is your best lineman. Probably top 10 in the league. Obviously, you have to throw the bank at this guy. If you lose, say you lose him, there is no replacement.
There's no replacement.
There's no replacement. You lose this guy, you think you're going to the Super Bowl without him? Unlikely. Highly unlikely. John Lynch knows that. Kyle Shanahan is probably pulling teeth to keep this guy here. Expect to see Trent in the red and gold going in 2021. Kendrick Bourne, though, man, I just think he's right there. If he can get his head in the game, focus a little bit more, less dancing, more playbook, more catching the ball at its highest point, this guy has nothing but ceiling in front of him. I would like to see him back 2021. Go on that run again.
Yeah, I think Richie James to me kind of fell off. I mean, maybe because of his special teams, and when maybe he was fool's gold that one night. You know,
Yeah,
I don't
Flash.
know. I don't know. Maybe he wasn't because he's not the focal point. We don't really see what he's doing. But I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I'm a little disappointed in him. If we needed to upgrade that position, maybe with a rookie, I wouldn't mind that either. Just to see what he got, man. We and I was saying this on other shows, but we no on Twitter. We really have to upgrade that punt return position. Kickoff, punt return.
Good point.
We have no type of fear back there at all. I don't even think we've even had. It just I don't know. I don't even know if we
No
really
fear.
had anybody that's like, you know what, we almost busted that one. That was almost gone. What do you think?
Nuh-uh. We haven't had anything back there since Ted Ginn Jr. You remember when Ted Ginn was back there? He was a legitimate threat on punt return, kick return. You have to bring in a guy like that. And I think Kyle Shanahan knows that. Special teams kind of slipped a little bit this season, right? Yeah. Robbie Gould, what was going on in that game? 3 missed field goals. It's I don't know. That was just something unheard of, unseen, unprecedented.
I said he really hates Chicago because he's from he made his career there, and if we lose, Chicago wouldn't go in. I don't know, man. I just felt the way, man. Like maybe he hates Chicago that much, but that's crazy how he's missing field goals. But he's due for a bad game. He's had one all year, so he's a professional. He'll bounce back, and then we need to re-sign him too. So,
I'm sure he'll bounce back. I just thought, he was on board with the tank. He thought we were tanking, and what I mean. CJ Beathard was like, not on my watch.
So
I love that we knocked out the Cardinals. I love that. Just real quick,
that's why I said I'm about to go right into the game. Man. Talk to me about the game, man. I have my feeling, but go ahead. You start, man.
Yeah, I thought it was like I said, knocking off the Cardinals. Do I want to have a high draft pick and get the best quarterback possible? Absolutely, I want that. Do I also want to see Cliff Kingsbury not make it to the playoffs? Yes, I do, and that's exactly what we've seen in this game. CJ Beathard came in, and do not buy in to the fool's gold. He did what a backup was supposed to do. They're supposed to win you 1 or 2 games when your starter goes out. What did he hit you with? About 182 yards, 3 touchdowns. Here is the factor. 0 interceptions. We have not seen that in a long, long time from our quarterback. Jeff Wilson comes in, gasses you for about 183. But here's the guy, the return. The George Kittle effect. I think just having George Kittle on the field, it scrambles defenses. I love that he got the best of Budda Baker immediately. Kyle Shanahan is hilarious for that. He knows that George Kittle is returning, so what's he do? He dials up a play, lets George Kittle thrash them for a few yards. I thought that was great. We've already touched on Witherspoon's impact in the game. Man, I just thought Witherspoon did great, but you know who else that we're not talking about? Dre Greenlaw. I kept seeing this guy. He was all over the place. He's finally stepping into the role, right? He's finally starting to understand, no, you can play this game. Of course, do we miss Quan? Yeah, we miss Quan Alexander, but I really believe that Dre Greenlaw is stealing
great in New Orleans.
Like, I really believe that Greenlaw, his ceiling it is very high. We've seen Fred Warner. The defense continues to put up nightmares for offenses despite the injuries. It's just a testament to Robert Saleh. I thought it was great. I thought the 49ers needed to win this game. You needed to knock off someone in the division. It's important for football. You don't want to tank just so you can get the best pick. If you have an opportunity to win a game, you want to go ahead and win that. Kyle Shanahan, once again, shows you why he was deserving of the extension, shows you why it's him. And I look at Matt LaFleur, right? Sean McVay, Cliff Kingsbury. If you look at all of these type of coaches, all of them are mimicking Kyle Shanahan. And what's he do? Continues to come and smack them right on behind and say, no, it's still me. You're going to continue to see that until they knock him off. It's great to be a 49er. I love the victory.
Yeah, me too, man. I was proud of Robert Saleh controlling a running quarterback. We really didn't see him really get out, man. It's like it just seemed like the scheme was there to bottle him up. And we were just playing great football, inspired football. For us to be eliminated from the playoffs and come into this game, that's a sign of great coaching. When you come to a game and it's just straight guys giving everything they got like it's their last football game, like you said, I was really hoping that we can get a high pick. But you know what? Beating Arizona felt so gratifying, so good. Just winning as a franchise. So I understand why the Jets is winning. Forget that. We need to win. Winning makes you feel good. And shout out to Robert Saleh. I think it was a great call game by Kyle Shanahan. I don't know why people question his play calling. I've never have before. I think he's a great play caller. But Jeff Wilson, man, he is special.
That's a runner.
He is special. What do you have, like 160, 170? He was just a workhorse.
183.
Yeah, he was just a workhorse, and he was just running downhill. When he's healthy, he is a straight savage. Between him, Mostert, we got to let Coleman go. He's making too much money. Between them two and probably draft another one, we're going to be special. I think going into next year, a lot of these injuries, we got to do something about Deebo Ford still, I think. But a lot of these injuries, we can really bounce back if we have a straight captain and quarterback that can throw the passes that Kyle Shanahan wants. Because I think he calls a great game, and I think guys are open. It's just we can't really get it to him. Our O-line played at a C level this year. We wasn't really playing that good. But let's talk about him, and I know we talk about him every show, Mike McGlinchey.
Man, that dude has to go. He has to go. He's getting people killed. I'm telling you, he's getting people killed. Someone on Twitter, I sent you that photo. Someone on Twitter, they posted a picture. Mike McGlinchey, he's on the ground. You got a defensive end free runner coming straight at CJ Beathard. I think it's on the play where CJ fumbles. It's weight and it's a bit of technique. He's up way too high, getting pushed around. You can't be up that high if you're that light. Like he's not top heavy. If he was top heavy, maybe I can reason with you, but you're not even getting any leverage at all, and you're underweight. I don't know what their plan is for Mike McGlinchey. I've already suggested, give him an opportunity to gain. Oh my goodness.
There it is.
That is hilarious. That's hilarious to me. look at his Riddick's just like.
Let's go ahead and blow that up a little bit, man. Let's go ahead and blow it up a little bit. Look at our center. Like, did this just happen? Look at McGlinchey's arm. Look at 71 up here. Just straight dominant.
Yeah. Look at his arm. Look at McGlinchey's arm. He's just too small. He's way too small. He might be my size right now.
I don't know.
Man, Riddick coming free. Yeah, I don't know what their plan is. He has to gain weight.
Is this when we fumbled or threw? Like,
Yep.
Oh my God, Mike McGlinchey on the ground getting whipped
again. Oh, that's terrible.
That's a great image right there, boy. Because hey, you did it. Don't blame it on nobody else. Look, even his boy right next to him, Who is that?
It's like what?
Like who
That
is that?
Brunskill?
Compton? Is that Compton? I don't see the
Oh, that
number.
might be
But
67. Might be.
yeah, all I know is that if you look at the play, man, like dude, we got everybody taken care of over here. What are you doing? This is this
Yeah,
is
and he's always like that.
this is what I'm saying. It's a prime example. It's prime example,
School.
man. Is that school?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
it's
school.
school.
But at school's he's young, so I give him passes on a lot of things. He's young, but Mike
Yeah,
McGlinchey, I know you're young, but you're a first round pick, buddy, and you need to be playing like one. You need to be, you should be dominant, and I just don't see it, man. I don't see it.
yeah, and it's unfortunate. Every single quarterback that has suited up this season has been plagued by Mike McGlinchey. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, all of them. And every quarterback can, have a testimony and say, yo, Mike McGlinchey has had his struggles this season. I think he needs to gain 15 pounds. I think he needs to work on his footwork, his technique in and out of the block. It's just a lot. There's a lot coming at him if he does wind up on this roster in 2021. There's going to be a lot coming at him. All eyes are going to be on him. All eyes are going to be on the quarterback position. People are going to be booing because I think there's going to be fans in the stands. It's going to be a whole different ball game going into next season.
I'm really looking forward to it. This game Sunday versus the Seattle Sea. We have to beat the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Um, I really hate them. I really feel
Mm-hmm.
bad about losing to the Cowboys. I hate the Cowboys more than anybody else, but the Seahawks, I hate them next, and they on my like. I just like we gotta send them into the playoffs sour.
Yeah.
We ain't got nothing to lose. Just go out there, play loose. This may be Richard Sherman's last game. This may be Juice's last game. This may be Williams' last game. Um,
Yeah.
there's a lot of guys. This may be their last game, and I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm glad Richard Sherman came, and if this is his last game, I appreciate everything he brought to the table, man. I hated Richard Sherman before this. I loved him when he was at Stanford because I'm a California guy, but I really what he's brought to us is a level of professionalism and competitiveness, if that's the
Mm-hmm.
word, that
Yep.
we did not have, that we were missing, and he brought that immediately. And you can
Yeah.
see the competing with each other now. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes over to Robert Saleh to Detroit, because I think he'll probably get that gig. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes to Robert Saleh, even though he's a California kid. He's never played out of the West Coast. He may just go over there for the right price. It's a lot of
Yeah.
guys.
I think a few players
There's a
will.
lot
I
of
think a
yeah.
few players will.
We got to keep Alexander too.
Yeah.
Um, he's a great nickel corner. Like he made us look
Oh,
really great.
Quan.
Yeah.
Quan Williams.
I'm sorry, Quan Williams. Yeah, Quan Williams.
Yeah.
We have to keep Quan. That is a major part of what we do. Um,
Yeah.
and he's
I
a
think that's
great
another one.
he's a great corner blitzer too. He's a dog blitzing.
Man, lights out. He's lights like on that corner blitz. And that was another thing. A lot of times, even I've said this before, that sometimes Robert Saleh didn't like the adjustments or lack thereof. But what do I know? Because this guy was dialing up blitzes early, right, against the Cardinals. And that corner blitz, Robert Saleh has mastered when to call Quan Williams on a corner blitz. Every time that he shoots it, it has to be successful at least 75% of the time. If we lose Quan, it's gonna change kind of the foundation of that defense. Like you said, in the nickel, there's no one else. Like there's just, and I'm talking across the league in that nickel position. Like he is up there with the best nickel corners, easily top 10 nickel corner.
He's top
There's
one or
so
two. I mean, he's really really good. He was rated the best last year on Pro Football Focus.
so how much is it gonna take to keep this guy around?
I don't know, man. But we're gonna
That's
spend
gonna
some
be
money.
cause
We're gonna spend some money for him. I think, as everybody knows, he's really good, and he can
yeah,
really he can really go to a lot of different places. That's a hard job he does. And you can see how we were struggling when he wasn't there. When he's there, we look so solid.
Yep.
Um,
That's why. Oh, I would love to see him, Verrett, and someone else on the other side. And I just want to see it one more time, one more run.
yeah, it's gonna be tough, man. We got a lot of off seasons acquisitions to pick up. We got a lot of guys that we need, and um, Juice is another one. Like we gotta,
Mm.
we gonna have some hard decisions to make, and I'm glad I'm not the head coach. But if I was, Trent Williams, number one. Two, I would probably say Jason Verrett. Three, I will go Williams. Um, Four, I would probably go KB. And five, I will go Juice. And then there's still so
Yeah,
many other ones, but I think that's probably the priority for me that I would go just based on what we have and who we
yeah,
need to sign.
yeah. Because like you said, that number one, that Trent. If you can lock down Trent, I think the rest of the
Gotta lock
pieces
down
will
Trent, man.
fall.
Gotta lock down
Yeah,
Trent, man. Everybody in the
because
NFL is
that,
gonna want
that's
Trent.
your offense. That's just your offense. I mean, what the 49ers like to do, Kyle Shanahan, he wants to get on the outside. It's not a secret. He's trying to get on the outside, left or right, doesn't matter to him. Whoever's giving it up, he's going to take it. And so losing, your left side, it's going to be dangerous. So I think they're gonna sew that up.
We got to sew it up, man. We got to sew it up. I think we have a lot of responsibility in this offseason in order to make us be competitive every week.
Yeah.
We got a big show Wednesday. I appreciate all our listeners, but we got a big show Wednesday. We got Wayne Breezy coming on, and my
Wayne
guys,
crazy.
yeah, my guy Sterling Bennett. So we got a big show. We're gonna definitely talk about off season, also this upcoming game against Seattle. We're gonna talk about maybe some draft, a little bit of draft, and we're gonna be here all year long, and we're gonna have the news all year long, man, and we're gonna continue to grind this out every week. We're gonna be here to talk about these boys, and we're huge fans. So I really appreciate you guys. Please subscribe and share. Our YouTube channel does help the channel. Push the like button. That really helps our channel. You got anything, Blair, before we get up out of here?
You said it. Please like and subscribe, share, tell your friends, your mom, your sister, your barber. We welcome all the listeners and we appreciate you so much. Thank you for tuning in.
All right. This is Hakeem. It's Blair. Go Niners.